going on, guys? JD from New York here. God damn, this coffee's good, man. And yes, I drink my coffee from a straw, you goons. And this is part 3 of number 94 of the number 1 source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE, man. This is Off The Script, the number 1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes on YouTube.com, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Sunday morning. Got a lot of news to go over, and my chair is squeaking like a fucking piece of shit that it is, man. I gotta actually get a real computer chair instead of a fucking fold-up chair. I'm just too fucking lazy to go to Target and buy myself a nice chair, but that's another story for a different fucking video, man. We are here today to round out the weekend. Off the script, lots of news to go over. We're going to take the WWE questionnaire, the survey that's being emailed out to everybody, asking us fans how we can make Monday Night Raw better and what we would rather see on the show, man. It's going to be fucking awesome. We're going to go over the survey in just a little bit. I got a news article from Forbes.com, and the fucking idiots over there who are actually employed is mind-boggling, man. Fucking idiots over there are actually saying that Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar is not right for the business at this moment, which I agree in. I agree completely with that statement. But for the reasons that they give, goes to show you how these fucking people are employed, man. I just don't know. I don't know how these people are receiving paychecks. We'll go over what the fucking goon had to say on Forbes.com about Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar happening at WrestleMania 32. I got news on Randy Orton and his injury. What does this mean for the Viper Randy Orton? When is he coming back? How serious is the injury? We'll discuss it. And finally, Roman Reigns. The idea of Roman Reigns turning heel at the Survivor Series is still being talked about. And it was brought up in creative meetings with WWE creative members, Triple H, Stephanie, Vince McMahon, and everybody else who's fucking employed by them on the creative writing team. It was brought to Vince McMahon's attention about turning Roman Reigns heel and having Dean Ambrose be the one to chase down Roman Reigns. Who turned it down? We'll discuss, but I give you one fucking logical guess about who that was. He's a 70-year-old senile fucking asshole. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright guys, before we get into that, Twitter, at JD from NY206. We are nearing 6,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you guys so much. Let's get that hype train going. 6,000 followers on Twitter is a big deal, man. Growing every day, and I appreciate all you guys who are interested in what this regular, normal, everyday guy from New York has to say about video games and Call of Duty and WWE. I appreciate everything. Thank you guys so much for the continued love and support. That's JD from NY206 on Twitter. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for, bro, really. I say it every week. This is the number 1 source for WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. I want to congratulate my buddy JoeCronin and his entire team of guys over there. He just reached Monetize This number 50. That was a great show last night. I stayed up late watching and listening to those guys. Great listen, always. Dave Rose, devious Dave Rose, is a fucking beast, and everybody that he's working with over there, man, I just love those guys. They're a great, great group of guys, and they know their shit, man. So I want you guys to go subscribe to Joe's channel. I'm going to leave you his link down below. I also do out of nowhere each and every Wednesday, man. It's the newest fucking podcast to hit your subscription boxes every Wednesday on his channel primarily. We'll be doing it on my channel, but I like it when it's on Joe's channel, man. I want to get him some exposure. I want to help him out. And everything you guys need for Joe is linked down below in the description, all right? Also, I forgot to link my 2K playlist from my career. I want you guys to really go check that out. It's something that I really want to get off the ground. I didn't put it in the description yesterday because I was just fucking exhausted from work. And I'm going to leave it in the description of this video. So if you guys enjoy my wrestling content, I would love if you go check out my 2K16. I was going to say 15. God forbid. That game was awful. But 2K16, my career mode, man, fucking awesome. My creator character, Mr. 9to5, is just tearing NXT to shreds right now. So I want you to go check that out. Great watch. It's very entertaining. I'll leave your playlist down below in the description of this video, all right? And we'll talk about the rest of the shit I want to get to at the end of the video. But let's get into the news and rumors, guys. I got a lot to go over. And I want to start off with this survey. Seriously. This is rather hysterical, man. It really is. I don't know whether to laugh at how pathetic WWE is coming off or laugh at the fucking responses that everybody, I'm sure, is going to be giving this survey, man. They are really raping themselves up the fucking asshole with this survey. Seriously. They're going to make everybody just kind of shit all over Monday Night Raw. A few days ago, it was reported that WWE was actively researching why Monday Night Raw's ratings are consistently declining. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why they are consistently and constantly declining. WWE sent out an email survey to the WWE Fan Council, specifically asking them about the current state of Monday Night Raw. According to PWInsider.com, WWE has expanded their research and issued a new survey. The new survey is specifically designed to gather comparative information between NXT and the WWE main roster. For NXT, WWE is testing the waters to see how big the fan base really is, and then compare it to the current main roster product. That direct comparison between NXT and WWE is interesting considering NXT is considered developmental within WWE by its higher officials. One survey question asks fans to pick which of the following terms would best describe NXT and which of the following terms would describe or best describe Monday Night Raw. Okay? So, which one of these terms best describes NXT and which one of these terms best describes Monday Night Raw and the main roster? Energy. Authentic. Hardcore, fantastical. They use this word. I shit you not. Fantastical, unique, hokey, excitement, dangerous, wrestling, PG-rated, shocking, quality, technique, wholesome, fun, unpredictable, in-ring action-driven, social, action, nostalgic, mindless, giving promos, intense, passion, old school, imaginative, safe, success, family friendly, potential, story driven, younger, cutting edge, real, simple, fast paced, mainstream, traditional, and finally, gritty. I hope you guys took that all in. Okay? Now, as I was reading it off to you guys, mentally, I was saying Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Raw. I knew exactly which ones would best describe the main roster and Monday Night Raw. This is what I have to say about that. This is my opinion. Which one of these terms describes Monday Night Raw and the main roster? Hokey, PG-rated, wholesome, mindless, safe, family-friendly, younger, and mainstream. That's it. Those words right there describe what WWE gave us to choose from. Those words describe Monday Night Raw. None of them are good words. None. Hokey. It's hokey. Monday Night Raw is just fucking embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. PG rated. There's nothing on Monday Night Raw that is going to really raise the eyebrows of an older adult. Or an older teenager in his 20s. So, older teenager, I should say. And then someone in his early 20s, late 20s. Or someone my age. It's not going to raise the eyebrows of anybody my age or younger, man. That's really mature and knows what the fuck they're talking about and understands the product and how the wrestling business works. It's PG rated. It's safe. That was another word that was used. Safe. WWE, Monday Night Raw, Kevin Dunn and all his fucking goons, they are safe. Everything is unoriginal. Everything is unoriginal. It's been done before. They don't take risks. And they are failing because of that very reason. The biggest thing that they could have done is turn Roman Reigns. That right there, being that they did not turn him, is a safe decision. Because they don't want to know what the backlash is, and they're afraid. They don't want their prized possession, Roman Reigns, to be a heel when they think that he has potential to be face of the WWE after John Cena is not there anymore. He very well may be the face of the WWE. Really. But I gave you the logic behind why Roman Reigns would be good as a heel. I don't need to discuss this again. You know what I'm thinking about Roman Reigns being a heel. It would have been a huge risk. The Authority coming out every fucking week and just throwing obstacles at the baby faces, man. Whether it's Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Triple H and Stephanie coming out week after week after week and throwing obstacles at the baby faces is fucking done and done and done over and over and over again, man. It's a safe route. It's unoriginal. It's been done to death. Give us something different. Okay? It's family friendly. There's nothing on Monday Night Raw that is going to reek anywhere near TV 13 or Attitude Era-esque, because WWE right now is in a state of, you know what? We're in a business-oriented mind. They want to make money, and that's all they fucking care about. That's why we see a third hour of Monday Night Raw, because the WWE is raking in money for that third hour of Monday Night Raw. USA is reaping the benefits on that as well. You know, WWE is being paid handsomely by USA Network for that third hour of Raw, and USA is getting all the advertisement from that third hour, man, because WWE Raw, Monday Night Raw, is still one of their highest rated programs on that channel. And if WWE wasn't on USA, USA would be fucking an absolute disaster. So it's a win-win situation for both parties, man. It's family friendly, and WWE wants to get the sponsors, and they want to be promoted everywhere. It's family friendly, that you know, you can sit down with your kids and watch it. Listen, man, I understand that logic, but when you see a competitive sport and you see two men going at it, fighting for something that should mean the entire world to them, which is a world championship, I need to see action. I need to see determination. I need to see two guys putting it all on the line, risking limb and limb to get that fucking championship gold, man. If there's blood, so be it. But I want to see physical action. Family friendly is okay. But from time to time, give us something that is based on a competition, a real sport, man. Seriously. I don't want to get into the mood to watch wrestling every Monday night and see some fucking goon dancing around with a guitar or something that happens in less than fucking 2 minutes inside the ring, man. You can't develop anything as far as character progression. You can't develop a storyline. You can't gauge the viewer's interest in 2 minutes, man. You really can't. This is family friendly, and I understand that, but WWE is too family friendly. They're too safe. Alright? They appeal to the younger audience. That was another word. Younger. Simple. There's nothing there on Monday Night Raw that shows you that the creative team, there's nothing there that shows you that Vince and Triple H and everybody else is using their brains to come up with something that's out of the box. It's simple. Simple. There's nothing there. Meanwhile, people like me, who've been watching the product since I was 4 years old. I'm 33. You think I would understand what I want out of my WWE? Seriously. I know what I want. And what I want is what NXT is providing. Energy. Authentic. Hardcore. I'm not going to use the word fantastical because that word is just fucking gay. I'm not using it. They're unique. It's excitement. Dangerous. Wrestling. Shocking. Quality. Technique. Unpredictable. In-ring action-driven. Social. Action. Nostalgic. Giving promos, intense, passion, old school, success, potential, story-driven, cutting-edge, real, fast-paced, traditional, and gritty. All those words should be used to describe Monday Night Raw, but they're not. They're used to describe NXT, and that's a fucking problem. That is a problem for Vince McMahon. And I hope each and every one of you, if you did get emailed this survey, I did not. But I'm telling you what the survey includes. Everything we just discussed right now, that describes NXT. And the words that I picked out of this survey describe Monday Night Raw. Down to a fucking T. The survey continues to ask fans to give specific criticisms about what they like and dislike about NXT and the main roster product. But also how much money they spend on both NXT and the main roster. The survey then asked which brand did a better job at the following: seeing good rivalries and matchups, feeling part of a large group of passionate fans, getting an appropriate amount of surprises, being amazed, being amused, being entertained, having a great show to watch with the family, having a great show to watch with friends, seeing a wide variety of divas, seeing enough of my favorite divas, watching athletic moves and maneuvers, seeing the quality of in-ring wrestling I want, hearing compelling dialogue and promos, getting the right mix of unique characters, seeing a wide variety of superstars, watching interesting stories play out, seeing enough of my favorite superstars. I'll tell you what, only one of these, actually two of these, describes Monday Night Raw. Being amused because it's so fucking terrible that I have to fucking sit back and laugh at how fucking terrible it is. And the second one is having a great show to watch with friends. I would never watch Monday Night Raw with friends, man. I would never watch Monday Night Raw with friends simply because I know it's a fucking embarrassment. Half of the shit I see on Monday Night Raw makes me embarrassed to be a wrestling fan. That's how bad it is. Meanwhile, everything else I just mentioned, good rivalries and matchups, feeling a part of a large group of passionate fans, getting a good amount of surprises, being amazed, being entertained, seeing a wide variety of divas, seeing enough of my favorite divas, watching athletic moves and maneuvers, seeing the quality of in-ring wrestling I want, hearing compelling dialogue and promos, unique characters, variety of superstars, interesting stories play out. This is all NXT. None of that is what you see on Monday Night Raw. Zero. The only thing on this list about Monday Night Raw is being amused. Because it sucks. It sucks so bad that you have to fucking laugh at it. And then I come on here and I fucking bitch about it. Because that's how bad it is. This, I swear to God, if you are a half a brain, if you are anyone over the age of 12 and has the WWE Network, you need to go out and vote NXT on all this. Because, number one, WWE should really learn about how things are done down at NXT and apply them to the main roster. I've been saying this for fucking months. Number two If any of us actually believe that WWE is going to take these results and actually use them and apply them to Monday Night Raw and trying to make it better, well, fuck me, man. Fuck me. I have a better chance of getting a blowjob from Christina Aguilera, Shakira, and J-Lo every hour on the hour for fucking my Monday morning coming up, man. That's how much of a fucking piece of shit this fucking result is going to mean to everybody. Seriously. I have a better chance of that happening than WWE using the results to better their show. Absolutely a waste of everybody's time. Nothing will be done because in Vince McMahon's senile 70-year-old mind, he thinks he's in touch with the WWE audience. Seriously. I was listening to Stone Cold Steve Austin talk to Mick Foley on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, on Podcast 1. And the one thing that stuck out in this entire interview was Mick Foley complaining about Vince McMahon letting the fucking women and these younger guys who come up from NXT and the young women who come up from NXT, let them do them. Let them do them. Vince is 70 years old. Mick Foley said Vince is 70 years old. Everyone is chanting, "We want Sasha," for good reason. They're chanting, "We want Sasha," because they appreciate and respect the hard work that she has done and put herself through to get where she is. They appreciate the talent and the skill that they seen down in NXT. Sasha Banks is 22 years old. And Vince is going to really sit down and be in sync with what a 22-year-old is thinking? Let them go out there and be them. You don't know what you possess if you don't let them go out there and be themselves. You have a gold mine of talent, yet you want to micromanage and you want to fucking have this political bullshit going on. Kevin Owens is too fat. Neville is too small. Everyone down in NXT has no skill. The women can't wrestle. Nobody wants to see women's wrestling. Well, NXT is fucking shutting every one of your fucking fat, ugly faces up. Everyone that is working for Vince McMahon on the main roster is a blithering fucking idiot. Seriously. Go out and listen to the podcast. Everyone feels the same way that Mick Foley does. Let everyone go out there and do them. You never know what you're going to get back. How you take Sasha Banks from Brooklyn at SummerSlam at TakeOver, and you got 16,000 fucking people chanting her name, and then you don't give her the fucking light of day on Monday Night Raw? I don't get it. I just don't get what WWE is doing. You know, Vince McMahon could turn around and say, fuck everybody. He might have this grand scheme with Roman Reigns and Sasha Banks, and he may be holding off something big. But I doubt it. Vince McMahon hasn't given me any reason to believe he's got something grand planned. Nothing. Monday Night Raw is trash. And it's going to continue to be trash up until the Royal Rumble. And then at that very moment in time, when the Royal Rumble concludes, we will then know what Vince McMahon's grand scheme is. And it's not looking pretty. It's not looking pretty at all. This is the survey WWE's doing. That's my fucking rant. Sorry I went on a little bit longer than I wanted to with that. But that's everything in a nutshell about this survey. NXT is WWE's #1 brand. NXT is giving everyone who watches WWE wrestling what they want. Vince McMahon, he ain't giving nobody what he wants, man. He ain't giving anybody what they want. Vince McMahon is giving himself what they want, and he's fucking tearing the entire company down with it. Things need to change, and hopefully the people who have this survey emailed to them give the right answers. And the right answers are the one I gave you here today. Randy Orton. As you are no doubt aware, Randy Orton has been injured since October with a shoulder injury. The last update we heard on Orton's injury status was that the injury was more significant than initially thought, and Randy is also going to need neck surgery that may keep him out of a WWE ring until late 2016 or possibly early 2017. The Viper shoulder will need to heal, but the doctors will not undergo surgery on Orton's neck until after the original shoulder injury has healed. Ultimately, Orton will need 2 surgeries instead of just 1. Suffice to say, it's unlikely that Orton will be back for SummerSlam, let alone WrestleMania in Dallas. The latest edition of Nature Boys podcast gave us the very latest on Orton's condition. Unfortunately, nothing has changed. Flair claimed on the latest episode of his podcast that Randy is out indefinitely with injury, and Flair talked about Randy's shoulder surgery. If everything had gone to plan, Orton would have been a game-time decision for WrestleMania, but the additional neck surgery could add anywhere between 3 to 6 months to recovery time for Randy Orton. However, it is yet to be determined what Orton's neck will require, if it will actually require fusion surgery. Ultimately, that surgery would sideline Orton for up to a year. You can listen to Flair's podcast if you have Android or iPhone. You could just download it right to your mobile device or anywhere where you like to stream the podcasts. Unfortunately, there is no definite date as to when Randy Orton will be back in a WWE ring again. So, well wishes to Randy Orton. I want him, I want him back in the ring. He's definitely one of WWE's biggest guys. I don't like to hear that, these guys are breaking down left and right. All Vince McMahon's toys are breaking down right in front of him, man. It's not good. All at the same time, too. Everybody says fucking wrestling's fake. Let me see them get in there and do what these guys are doing, man, when all you hear is fucking torn ligaments and torn tendons and fucking ACLs, MCLs, fusion neck surgery. Yeah, it's real fake, right? It's real fucking fake. Randy Orton's going to be out till 2017. His career may be fucking over. Who the fuck knows, man? We won't know until Randy Orton has that second surgery and he begins the road to rehabilitation. We just don't know. But Randy Orton, listen, he's been going at it at a very young age, man. The time off is definitely deserved for Randy Orton. Under these kind of circumstances, obviously I wish it was a little bit different. But obviously with something like this, someone else can take his spot, man. This is the time, even though it won't happen because WWE fucking creative is garbage. They will not create a new star, even though right now is an ample time to create new stars. This opens up an opportunity for somebody to take Randy Orton's spot and prove to the WWE ring that they want it, to grab that brass ring. But who on the roster right now is there to grab that brass ring? It's nobody that we want to see. Monday Night Raw is filled with nobody that we want to see. So Royal Rumble can't get here fast enough, man. Really, the WWE really needs to turn over a new leaf and begin a new year, man, because 2015 was one of the worst years I think I've ever seen when it comes to professional wrestling. It's been previously reported that WWE has been discussing booking Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 32. It's no secret that this would be a dream matchup in the eyes of many wrestling fans. I don't doubt that. However, Forbes has released an article stating that this would be a huge mistake for the future of the company. The article compares Kevin Owens to Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Hideo Itami, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro as independent wrestlers who now work for WWE. Because of this, they are more susceptible to injury. Because Lesnar is such a physical threat, Alfred Konua, I guess he's the writer of this report, suggests that the likelihood that Owens would be injured would increase if he steps in the ring with Brock Lesnar, and that would be a huge blow to WWE, as he is such a valuable asset to the company. This is what he said, and I quote, "Simply sharing the ring with Brock Lesnar is an honor that almost immediately establishes younger wrestlers as main eventers. But if Owens is to go down with an injury following a potentially career-defining victory over Lesnar, WWE would once again be left to piece together a makeshift roster. It's becoming quite clear that building a roster around a core group of physical independent wrestlers is not a sound strategy. And while these stars have an edge in connecting with audiences due to their built-in fan base, it behooves WWE to move in a different direction and opt for more homegrown talents who aren't as liable to get hurt." Now, this is not the reason why it should not happen, Mr. Alfred Konua. Okay? You're a fucking goon and an asshole, number one. Number two, Kevin Owens more than definitely deserves to be in the ring with Kevin Owens. He more than definitely deserves to get a career-defining victory over Brock Lesnar. Okay? This is definitely And I really feel this way. Kevin Owens deserves a lot in the WWE. Kevin Owens, to me, is not a fat slob like some of you in the comments section say. Kevin Owens is a fucking beast. He's the future of the company, okay? He's a future WWE champion. That's how good he is, okay? Him and Brock Lesnar would be a classic match. It's a dream match. I understand that. But you're not going to put Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar in a match at WrestleMania, and this is not the reason why it's a bad mistake. Number one, Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar is too soon. It's too soon. You got Brock Lesnar for 2 more years. You got more than enough time for this to actually happen. It does not need to be rushed. It does not need to happen right now. Number two, Kevin Owens is the Intercontinental Champion. You don't want to take the belt off Kevin Owens at any point right now. You don't want to have him walk into WrestleMania without the title, because the title draped over Kevin Owens' shoulder is meaning a lot more day by day, simply because of who Kevin Owens is. You don't want to have Brock Lesnar beat the Intercontinental Champion at WrestleMania and then devalue everything that he's trying to do with that title. Number three, the Sami Zayn aspect of it. You guys know how I feel about that. I do not need to get into that. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens is the ideal match for WrestleMania. This Lesnar versus Owens is not happening this year. If it does, it's a fucking massive mistake for the reasons I just gave you, not because of this fucking article. Everyone that stepped in the ring with Brock Lesnar, listen, they're going to get banged up regardless because of the physical style that he works. Reigns, left okay. Seth Rollins, left okay. John Cena, left okay. For Christ's sakes, a 53-year-old Undertaker, left okay. Kevin Owens will be fine. He's not going to get fucking injured. He's not going to have a career-threatening injury because he's stepping in the ring with Brock Lesnar. This guy's a fucking idiot who obviously doesn't watch WWE and has no fucking clue as to what he's talking about. The reasons I gave you are the reasons why this match should not happen. I don't expect it to happen. If it wants to happen in WrestleMania 33, if it takes place in Minneapolis in front of Brock Lesnar's hometown, fine. Fine. Let it be then. But for 32, it does not need to happen. TLC just got a lot more interesting. Ric Flair appeared on Monday Night Raw this week, live from Pittsburgh. There are said to be multiple reasons for Flair's appearance on Raw. The first is WWE is attempting to bounce back from low ratings. Obviously, that Flair is not going to help boost ratings, number one. Ric Flair will provide some star power, yes, as always. The far more interesting reason is WWE potentially brought in Ric Flair for Raw to make an announcement of a Divas ladder match at TLC, which never happened. But there's rumors going around that WWE may schedule a Divas ladder match at TLC. Charlotte versus Paige has escalated to a great deal over the last few weeks, so WWE either feels that this feud is ready for a TLC match between the two rivals, or WWE has other plans. The next rumor involving the Divas TLC match remains unknown as of this writing, but it will be an addition to what WWE currently has planned for the Divas. If WWE has something major planned for the Divas at TLC, it's possible that there could be multiple challenges for Charlotte's Divas Championship, and a potential TLC match in 2 weeks could be WWE's way of getting more Divas involved in the Divas title hunt. I would like to see it, honestly, but I don't think it's the safest route to go here. I can't imagine, I really can't imagine any one of these women being 100 or so pounds. You know, Sasha Banks, you take a look at Sasha Banks and, you know, a fucking Brie Bella, 110 pounds, 120 pounds, the max. Fucking women being thrown into ladders, flying off ladders. I mean, I don't think that's the safest fucking work environment. But, you know, it's definitely a risk for injury. If you want to fucking deplete your Divas roster, by all means, go ahead and fucking book a ladder match. Book a multi-woman Divas match for a fucking ladder match for the title at TLC, man. Devastate your whole fucking roster for all I fucking care. Nobody gives a shit about them anyway. The crowd is not being receptive to them. So, I mean, obviously it would be exciting. It would generate some interest and excitement in the Divas division. Maybe they would garner more respect from the live audience. I don't know, man. But it's got its positives and it's got its negatives. I don't think it's going to happen, but if WWE does it, I'll sit and watch. I'll enjoy it. I just don't think it's going to be the best decision for WWE. And finally, guys, to end this week's Off the Script Part 3, we've seen a lot of good and bad ideas come from both WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. He's turned down some ideas, rightfully, but he has cleared quite a few as well. There's also an issue when it comes to McMahon in that no one screens what he wants out there. Whether there is a fear that employees might be fired if they say his idea is bad, or just going off the thought that there really is no controlling what he does. He does have bad ideas on occasion. Most of the time, WWE fans let him know just how bad they are. He might change them after poor response, but it's rare. In the case of Daniel Bryan, Triple H wanted to use Bryan in a bigger way, and there was even a rumor that the game felt Bryan could be a top star in WWE. However, Vince McMahon did not feel the same way about Daniel Bryan. That was why we were given the crap angle with Batista winning the Royal Rumble that would send him to take on Randy Orton at WrestleMania 30. Vince thought it would be the greatest main event possible, but he came to his senses by listening to the fans. Now the fans have voiced their displeasure again, but it might take time to see if Vince McMahon will change his mind. According to Daily Wrestling News, a creative team member, producer, brought up an idea to Vince about a double turn with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns that would take place at Survivor Series. This is obviously before Seth Rollins went down with his injury. This was planned before Rollins was injured in Europe. Apparently Vince wanted none of it and has stuck to his guns on Reigns getting the top babyface spot in WWE. It is said that Vince has been extremely stubborn when it comes to Roman Reigns and his role within WWE. Vince shot the angle down quickly with Reigns, even though the person gave a complete rundown and a detailed plan of how it could happen and potentially what could be done with the idea. This was why there were rumors going into Survivor Series that someone like Dean Ambrose might turn, because WWE was never interested in turning Reigns, despite the obvious need to turn Roman Reigns. However, WWE wanted to turn Seth Rollins. As far as Vince is concerned, when it comes to Reigns, originally turning him didn't make sense because Rollins was good enough in the top heel spot. It's said that both Triple H and Vince both like Rollins and how well he has done as a heel for WWE, and the thought among many was that he was so good as a heel that he might not be turned for a while. However, plans are rumored to be in place to have Rollins taking on Triple H at WrestleMania 32, which was obviously turn Rollins. Obviously, that's not happening at this point in time. Maybe with the way Rollins trains, maybe we could see this match happen at WrestleMania, but I highly doubt it. I'm more likely to see this match at SummerSlam in Brooklyn rather than at WrestleMania. This was the idea, or this is why the idea to do a double turn made sense to a lot of people. Rollins is set to turn anyway when he comes back. He's going to be a face when he comes back, and it would be good to already have an established heel in his place to take his spot. The injury to Rollins made most believe that a Reigns turn would be smart. WWE now decided that Sheamus is the top heel that they can work with. Although they've added Wade Barrett and Rusev to the authority to help him out in becoming a top threat, fans have not taken to the idea of Sheamus as a top guy very well. When it comes to Reigns, there are two thoughts among management and those within WWE. On the one hand, some feel that Reigns has not connected well with the WWE crowd as a babyface. True. They also believe he's still not over and creative has their work cut out for them. True. Then on the other hand, there are those who feel he is ready and the push to the top will finally stick this time. It won't, and it should not. Triple H is not as confident in the Roman Reigns push, but he does feel good about it this time around, and he is behind the idea. Despite all of this, a heel turn for Reigns is still possible. However, it might not happen unless vocal fans push for it. With Sheamus not landing as a big heel, a new turn must happen eventually, unless that turn is John Cena, which is very doubtful. Reigns makes the most sense. It does look like WWE will go all out to make Roman the next top guy, even if he does lose at WWE TLC. As of now, WWE is unsure about when Reigns will walk out of the WWE as world champion. Some believe it will be before WrestleMania, and others believe he will win the title at WrestleMania. As of now, fans have to wait and see. If he does win it before Mania, it will likely be at the Royal Rumble. That leaves the Rumble winner for him to face, which would be interesting as Brock Lesnar has been in some discussions to face Reigns again this year on the grandest stage of them all. Interesting fucking article, and it just proves to show you, or goes to show you, that Vince McMahon is, again, out of touch, and he's stubborn, and he doesn't take the fucking risks. High risks wreak high reward, man, and this would have been a big risk, and I think this would have been a grand reward for WWE, man. The WWE product would be completely turned upside down. Completely different than what we're seeing right now if Roman Reigns was a heel. If we were seeing Roman Reigns with the Roman Empire as a fucking heel, man, he really didn't even have to associate himself with the Authority. He could have just be on his own and have a fucking stable of guys if he wanted to fucking recruit guys, man. Turn the Usos heel. You know, they're fucking boring as faces anyway. That would have been great, you know? The family. You could have had the fucking family become the Roman Empire. But Vince doesn't take risks, and this is why the idea failed. Because Vince McMahon turned it down, and Survivor Series ended up being a fucking failure, and everything following the Survivor Series is turning into a fucking joke and a complete fucking letdown. Vince McMahon is to blame, and that's the article I got about that. Roman Reigns should have been heel, turned down by Vince McMahon, as always. Thank you guys for watching Off The Script, man. Big fucking episode for part 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section about everything we discussed here on Off The Script. WrestleCrate.com, ProWrestlingTees.com. If you guys want to order your WWE Off The Script t-shirts, man, I'm getting new shirts made. Keep an eye out for that. I'll definitely let you guys know here. The DangerZone. I want you guys to go check out the DangerZone. Subscribe. One of the best wrestling communities on the internet right now when it comes to pro wrestling talk. I'm on there. I just did a video about Roman Reigns. I did a video about him, about becoming the next big heel. That was my first video with those guys. And I just made a video about Sting versus Bray Wyatt, talking about why that match would be great for WrestleMania instead of doing Sting versus The Undertaker, and then we play it out in WWE 2K16, man. I'll leave you all the links for everything you guys need down in the description below. I'm going to rest. I got another long day of work tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll be back, as always, with my Monday Night Raw review right after the show tomorrow, so look forward to that. Until then, this is JD. This is Off The Script, and I'll be right back here next week for number 95 of the #1 source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off The Script. This is JD, and I'll see you guys next week, man. Take care.